So suddenly both sides have chances. Hikaru's looking at this like, how do I win this position? My pawn on h4 is in a dark square. It's under attack. And is my king really any safer than white's? This is really a mad dash for each other's king.
Just chaos.
Yeah. Total chaos. The reason I believe black is better is because simply black can play with a rook, whereas white's rook is just unable to enter the action. But yeah, Hikaru still has to work out this variation. Still very complicated, despite the evaluation bar's assessment there. Still, anything could happen.
This is a super critical position, and the players have got 2.5 minutes to figure it out, and the line is on the board. Rook g8 is a big threat. Robert's idea of blocking that line with the bishop and then reinforcing the defenses with the pawn. Will we see that? It's kind of hard to imagine an alternative here. You've got to find a way to close down, to shut down the g-file. Fabi goes for a king side step.
Wow. So checkmate threatened on the board. The black queen is threatening to slide down on the diagonal to g2 next to the white king. Checkmate. There's only two ways to guard against that. You either bring your own rook across as white and offer that rook trade, but endgames favour black, or you throw a pawn forward. The white pawn can go to f3.
I was like, what's the other way? Like, you can't be another way. Like, what do you pawn f3?
I don't think you can take it if the black queen ever moves. Just as Robert pointed out earlier, the white queen is going to go give some nasty checks to that black king. So there we go.
Don't pick up that pawn, Hikaru.
The heat.
Queen d7 would be a big check.
Yeah. Poisoned pawn. You cannot capture this one. The black queen is stuck where she is, actually as a defender. So nice creative defense there from Fabiano. Oof.
Man, this is crazy. Oh my goodness, chaos here, and there's not enough time. This is, well, I'm glad we don't got to pay to play this position here, man. This is crazy. You don't know. Queen takes, check, 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 check. I don't think I'm mating. Yeah, I'm not getting mated. Bishop e2, nice move.
Yeah, beautiful play from both sides, I've got to say. Two geniuses here. Meanwhile, the black bishop does jump in, attacking that lone white pawn. If you put pawns on light squares, they'll be eaten up by this black bishop. Now Fabi needs something. How does he get that rook into the game? That's the question. No checks. The black king's safe for now. That's the big problem for Fabiano. I don't see it. I don't see what white can try.
Yeah.
Do you start targeting the f5 pawn, perhaps, Robert? Is that an idea?
He did it. The engine didn't like it, but I was thinking the same thing. Going after this pawn, it's that difficult of a position to play. Because if Fabiano trades pieces, he's already down one pawn, likely going to be down two. So he goes after the f5 pawn, and Hikaru trying to figure out where his queen goes back to d7, and it might slide all the way up the board to d2. This is scary stuff for both.
Again, evaluation bar reacts. This is crazy. They're playing very natural moves, very logical moves, but it's so hard to handle with only a couple of minutes on the clock. Mistakes are guaranteed. It's just about who makes the final mistake at this point. If you make a slip, you will get checkmated, and that's true for either side right now. How does Fabi keep up the pressure?
Fabi about to go under a minute, and as the time gets slower, Fabi honestly gets worse. It's not. It's like, I mean, it's hard. I mean, not just Fabi, but like many players. Of course, Artemiev Grishik is different, right? They get stronger when the time gets lower, but not for Fabi. As we've seen, this has been proven in this tournament. When he gets low on time, he makes more mistakes. So he is lower on time. We know how much of a bullet beast Hikaru is, and it's scary, you know, when you are low on time like this, especially against someone as strong as Hikaru is. Mistakes are around the corner for both sides, but really, Fabi's under some pressure.
He needs to make a move. He's down to 30 seconds, and the position is really starting to heat up. You will need to find some critical defensive resources, and to be able to do that in seconds will be very tough. 20 seconds for Fabi. What is he doing?
Did you see Hikaru? Hikaru's eyes were darting away from the board. He was looking at the clock. He knows Fabi's ticking down now. He's going to try and hustle him on the clock now.
Bishop
Hikaru.
f3. It's just, you just take the pawn, right?
Yeah, there's one pawn hanging, and Fabiano desperately wants to trade queens, because without the queens on the board, his king feels safer, but not that safe. The white king will have no legal moves if the bishop takes his pawn to f3. This is bad news for Fabiano.
Maybe he goes for e4. This is desperation. This is absolute desperation.
What if you take that one too?
He's trying to open up lines for his rook, that white rook, but this pawn can be captured. 3-pawn advantage for black.
But he's probably eyeing that d2 square, but there are sacrifices everywhere on the board. Even if the rook slides down to attack the queen, Hikaru can potentially look at a queen sacrifice in that position and sliding up with a rook to g2.
Yeah, there are too many options for black here. He can just move his queen away, he can sacrifice the queen, pick up a rook and bishop for his troubles, and we see that the bishop can capture, but as Tanya was saying, queen takes d2, bishop takes back, rook g2 check. The king can only slide in the corner, and it's still better for black. You could take this bishop with check, and black has what? A bishop, a rook, and 3 pawns for the queen? That's too much material.
Yeah, eventually it feels like this pawn should promote. This looks very strong for black, but maybe he wants something safer. Maybe he doesn't want to give up the queen. Here, it looks forced. Rook d2, not this square, but you have to move your queen. I'm wondering whether you can run away to this side, one of these squares. I'm not sure where you go. You are 3 pawns up. It feels like you, with a few accurate moves, you win this game if you're Hikaru. But Fabiano, he is trying, and this on the board now. The black queen attacked. Where does she find safety?
But Hikaru also doesn't have that much time, right? So both players are about to get in a scramble.
Ooh, nice block.
Yeah, blocked there. Rook comes on to line up against Hikaru's king, and now the clocks are level as well. This could go anywhere. Even though the eval bar says it's completely winning for black, it is a 3-result game.
Yeah, 3 extra pawns for black, but that means nothing when you've only got 15 seconds left with such an open king. Okay, he hits the white queen, kicks her back. But still, no way to safety for black yet. And if Fabi can keep harassing that black queen, maybe swing the white rook back where it came from. There we go. Still asking questions. Hikaru, frustrated. Fabi is not lying down. He's not going down to defeat. And now the white rook can swing back to the g2 square. Massive threat.
And can you trade off the rooks and then bring your queen in for the attack?
Do it.
I mean, there are many checks that the queen can give, and Fabiano does it.
Yeah. How do you dodge all the checks that are incoming?
Whoa.
And Fabi, he's just relieved with the position. This is the best position he's had all game now. And now it is Hikaru who is on the defense, on the board, and on the clock.
Yeah, I don't think you can escape all the checks. Evaluation bar says it's pretty much level now. Fabi can start grabbing pawns even if he wants to. And where's the black king going to hide? I don't see it.
Oh, king F. I gotta be careful. Whoa.
It goes right in the open. I mean, that just gives white so many checks at this point. But Hikaru's trying to be tricky. He's going to run his king, go merry-go-round, and eventually will head to the h7 square. So I think Hikaru, he's trying to force Fabi into even more time trouble, and he's getting moves off with just seconds on his clock.
Yep, diagonal checks are always a good way to start the game, and Fabi made that last move with 2 seconds left. He gives another check, but safety. There's safety for the black king. No more checks.
Oh, it's losing. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt.
Counter check.
That's gonna hurt.
Wins the bishop.
Yeah. No. Oh, wait. He has bishop e3 though, right? And then check.
Oof.
And then bishop d5.
Yeah,
Now
queen
checkmate
g3's
is
mate.
coming.
Oof.
Checkmate
Is that
coming.
just
Oh,
over?
it's mating.
Wow.
Yikes.
Nakamura is the one who checkmates Fabiano Caruana. He wins the game.
Wow.
Wow.
Hikaru Nakamura, after another big hustle, takes the lead in his match. And the finish, what a fantastic way to end this game 3. That was absolutely insane. We see Hikaru there. He can't believe it. He throws his hand, but he's done what needed to be done. He takes the lead in the match. I still don't understand that expression. I mean, he should be celebrating right now.